Alright, the very last thing that I want to show you is another, again, best practice to put in your web page itself. This is something that we're going to put in the head. So remember, anything put in the head of your file is not going to be seen. It's something that's going to be used by the browser, and it's going to tell the browser some very important information, hopefully, but it's not something that you're going to see within the body of your web page. And that is a meta tag. So what we do is we open it up just like we do every other tag, and we'll say meta. And there are a couple different types of meta tags that we can add. Meta tags tell the browser what your site's about, or it can tell different things about it. You can set a meta description that'll describe your website. You can say meta keywords, and those are the keywords that are on that web page. You can say meta author, who is the author of this web page. And where that gets used a lot is within a search engine. A search engine is going to look at that and say, oh, are those keywords on this page? Is that description on this page? And should I use that description to describe your website when somebody does a search and it comes up in the search engine results? So we'll do the first most important one. That's the description. So we'll say meta name, because we have to say what type of meta file this is, and we'll say description. And what we do after that is say the content. What is the content that describes this website? The most awesome website ever. Duh. And I'm going to go ahead and close that out. So that's my meta description for this website. Again, if I were to do a search for this website, this is the information that would come up below it. It would first show the title, and then it would show the description of the web page. The description does get used. The keywords don't really get used as much anymore by the search engines. The search engines used to look at those keywords, and people would overload them with keywords, and they would rank really high, and the search engines caught on to that. It really doesn't use it too much anymore, but it is still good to have in there. So I still like to, again, as best practice, go ahead and add meta name equals, and this time we'll say keywords. And just like my description, I'm going to add the content, and we just add keywords, just single words or small phrases like awesome. And then we say comma, and we add the next keyword, website. And that's it. I close that out. Now again, there are all different types of meta tags. The most important ones are to use is description. Second most is probably keywords. You can use author. You can use some of the other ones. You can see there's a meta that actually came in automatically. It says the character set. You need to know what type of characters are we using on here. Because if I was maybe typing this in a different language, it may use a different character set up here, but we're not. This is all just English stuff. And one thing I want to show you before we close this out is I'm going to save this. I'm going to come back to my web page here. Now I uncommented that cat photo down there, so it's going to appear back in here, but if I refresh, there is no information about that meta tag in here anywhere. Again, this is something that's in the head of your browser, in the head of the file. The browser will translate, it'll look at, it'll pass it on to the search engines, but it's not something that people actually see. The only information that is seen is in the body of your web page.